My people from everywhere, welcome back to the Zoe Show, and I am your host, the Game Bangers Life Coach. For everybody who's first time tuning in, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I really appreciate that. And once again, just thanks for tuning in again to hear what I got to talk about. So today I'm going to break down something different. What I'm going to say this morning, because it's like about 4 a.m. right now. I'm just used to being up like this. Even on my off days, I'm just up all night doing stuff in my garage, just constantly working on stuff. I always got something to do. So when y'all don't hear from me for a couple of days, that means I'm busy working on other things unrelated to this. But this story right here, I said I wasn't going to do no more. I wasn't going to make another video about this after I did the first one about Will firing up Chris Rock jaw. So I told myself I wasn't going to do it again. However, ever since then, I've been watching YouTube. I do every day, and I'm seeing all these other people, speak on this. I'm watching TD Jakes now, Denzel Washington, Old Linnell. I'm watching so many different people, DL Hewley, all these different comedians, including Tony Rock. He went expressed himself, like, he with the shits. But I said I wasn't going to touch this no more. But the more I think about it, there's a comparison here. And I want to share this comparison with y'all. I want to share with y'all something that I shared with first and foremost in one of my previous videos, and I spoke on gangbangers and gangsters. Now, in this situation right here, I'm gonna speak on gangsterism, global gangsterism. Gangsterism, global gangsterism established the United States of America. That's where the shit started from. Not gangsterism because they was gangsters before they came and took over and put our people to work and jacked the Indians and did that. That was gangster shit. This was gangsters did. They came and took over. United States of America. Red, white, blue. This is where it all come from. Crips and Bloods, Vice Lords, GDs, and everything in between. Once again, Southsiders, North Daniels, and all of that. This shit is American right here. So there's a lot of things, traits that we all have in us, and we don't even realize we got them in them. That we got those traits within us. It's things we do. It's gangster. You might do something you're not even affiliated with nothing, but something you just did is gangster. Somebody tell you, "Oh, girl, that's gangster." "Oh, dude, that's gangster," or something like that. So in this case, gangsterism is like this. Gang banging is like this. When you sign up to gang bang, you sign up under a dictatorship, a form of communism in a socialist society. Uh, in this country, the big homies reside in Washington and all these state capitals. The president is the big homie. The vice president's the big homies and all their constituents in all their different parties, Democrats and Republicans and so on and so forth. These are the people who call the shots. These are the people who pass the laws that we don't like. These are people who dictate and come with these decisions that we don't like. We try to vote against these decisions, but still, a lot of things they do we don't like, and in return, we get fucked over, right? We tend to get fucked over by those who's supposed to be the big homies. United States of America, your presidents. Now, let's flip it to the comparisons. In the gang culture, you got G homies as well. See, it all comes from where it started from. Everything that we do over here is brought upon us in this country. This shit was established right here in this country. All the formation, all the structure, the pecking order, it all comes from right here on this soil. This is American. So we got big homies in the gang culture. And a lot of times you got a lot of big homies who be scandalous as fuck. Don't be giving a fuck about the little homies. Don't give a fuck about other homies in they generation as well. They're sending you on a mission. Don't give a fuck about you and leave you out there to get hung out to dry. But it's just the reality of the gang culture. Once again, gang banging is not fair. So prepare yourself for a lot of unfairness if this is the lifestyle you choose to live. Okay, so Miss Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett. It's Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay, Jada. She acted like a shot caller. She gave Will that look. And people that know gangbanging, especially in prison, that look is what started a lot of riots. I mean, that's the riots, that's the bail. Sometimes when it was time to take off, we all be waiting for a look or waiting for a hand signal. We're waiting for some kind of gesture to take flight when it's time to get cracking. And she gave him that look like, that's the look where you see people in prison taking off. Big prison riots start from looks like that. That's also that look that send somebody up in that house to go rob these people, run up in this spot right here. Go do it. That's the look I gave you. Go do it. I don't care if you get killed in the process, but I say go do it. I want you to come back with the shit, but go do it. Not really caring the outcome, what's going to happen to you in the process. So she gave Will that look. Will is nothing more than a pawn in the game. Just like the rest of us coming up as gangbanging. The big homies give us that look. Or, that's how we, yeah. And they doing it right now today. Somewhere right now in some part of America or even other countries as well, somebody's telling somebody, go do that. Run up there on that stage and slap that boy. That's somebody telling somebody. But that's just a metaphor. But they tell them to go do something else. Go stab that boy. Go shoot that boy. Go rush that boy. Something. Somebody is dictating, telling somebody else to do that. And they doing it without even actually saying that. They doing it by look or just see. I saw how Jada did that look. She adjusted her sit in her chair like, and Will took off. That's the good soldier. That's the good soldier you need on your team in this gang world, because you need homies who gonna take off for you. Like, oh, what? They don't want to. He want to disrespect me like that. Get him. I mean, Will was the good soldier. So Will catching a lot of flack right now. But one thing about Will, we always know Will never been a real hood cat. That's why a lot of all the other rappers talk about his raps, because he never cursed. I think in the gang culture, one of the main songs that we'd probably bang the most was "Summertime." "Summertime," that video was hot. That song was hot. However, I seen Will Smith. Will Smith was in the hood before, back in the 80s. I think this is like 85, though. We had a club, used to be in Lenox Boulevard, which is also known as 108th. Once you on Prairie going towards Harton, it's 108th. But then once you cross over Harton, it's considered Lenox Boulevard, but it's still 108th. So there was this club we had back in the days. At one moment it was called Genesis, it was called The Cave, and it was called The Bedrock. The last thing it was called The Bedrock. So that was a place that we used to be at super deep. And one night, Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff them came up there to perform. Several people came to perform there, but I remember Will Smith them came up there, hung out, and did his thing. So that's the only time I've actually seen this cat. And that little song we had, parents don't understand at the time. We liked it. Everybody's in the club doing their thing. But that was a time when the hip hop scene was still fairly fresh out here in LA. Like the mid 80s, yeah, the whole rap thing, because most of us that grew up gang banging, we come up listening to oldies before we start listening to rap, before we had rap. So Will was out here, that was 85, somewhere like that. He did his thing, but like I said, he never been a hood cat. So when it comes to people who just not really hood cats, civilians, certain things you just look at like, okay, the same with Chris Rock, he's a civilian. So you getting slapped like that on stage is nothing. It's a difference when you portraying to be this hard cat, this gangster cat, or this gang banger, whatever. But you ain't doing that. So, I mean, I guess you get a pass for that. You know what I mean? Can't say nothing about it. It's your life. That's how you deal with it. That's how you deal with it. But back to Miss Jada. Jada's the shot caller. Jada orchestrated that with that look. He gave him that look and Will took off. That's a shot caller. That's gangsterism. That's the gang bang mentality that goes on in the United States of America, and particularly these prisons and on these streets. To give you that look, you take flight. And that's all she did. And then she smiled after he went and put in some work. She sent him on to put in some work. She said, go put in some work, Will. That's what the homies do in the hood. Go put in some work. That's gang banging. So his dictatorship ain't a hood, even though he's from Philly. His dictatorship is his wife. Now, follow me with this one. Who done did a lot of scandalous shit to him, fucking young cats and all this old stuff, but still go. That's the dictatorship. That's communism within their marriage. Dictatorship. America. Gang banging. Dictatorship. Everybody got that shit in them. Some form of fashion. You got some type of gangsterism in you. It's just in you. However you go about it and however you use it is different. But she used her G hand right then and there on national TV in front of everybody. Let it be seen. Go. And Will took off. Just like a good boy. Just like a soldier. And that's the kind of shit that get cats killed. Because you taking off for this woman and she done did all kind of foul shit already. And you gonna do this to the wrong person, he gonna smash you out. It's just gonna go down like that because you's a gopher. Use the go boy. Use her soldier. Use her pawn in this game. When I say go, you go. When she say jump, we're gonna say how high. Hey man, that's just what it is. And most of us always we always been liking Will and Jada. They always been a cool couple. They went through their shit. Everybody was saying Will took that on the chin when she did the shit with the young dude. Yeah, I guess he did, but now Will just went and put in some work for her. He just told Will to go put in some work, and she gave him that look like Will knew. Will knew. That's a good soldier. All the G homies will tell you that's a good soldier. He's real obedient. He just take flight from that look. Came back to the seat like it wasn't nothing. Like he's the shit. But not realizing he looking like a sucker in the sense because you let her just send you on that mission. That wasn't something that you initially did on your own. You know, it was funny in the beginning. I like, okay, Will fired up Chris Rock jaw, which he did. I laughed about it. It's still okay. He did that, talking about his wife. Most men gonna do that. You talk about their wife, talk about my wife. I'm gonna do that. Not like that, but it's gonna go down some kind of way. You're not gonna be to be disrespectful, but on the stage, I'm gonna approach the situation differently than that because nigga like me gonna go to prison for something like that. I'm just saying, Jada's a gangster. Will's her soldier. Pawns in the Game, y'all. It's a book. If you haven't read it, if you haven't even heard about it, look at that book. Pawns in the Game. Yes. That's all we are to a lot of this shit out here. We just pawns in the game. People just push us around on this life, on this chessboard of life. They just put you over here, sacrifice you. You ain't nothing but a pawn. They're gonna put you over here and you don't get smashed out by another king or a bishop or a knight or some shit. That's chess 101. But that's all Will Smith is, a pawn in the game. His wife is the big homie. His wife called the dogs. When she say go, he went.